I'm feeling, okay, this is a horseshoe right here. And I'm just kind of feeling like this horseshoe needs to go right here. Does it? Nope. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. Can you even see it? I just put the horseshoe on the hat and that looked cool. Okay. Okay, I'm also seeing this hat at the very bottom of here, I think. Yes. Love that. And then I see we need to do some butterflies. Okay, let's see about this butterfly. No. And if your wall decals aren't sticking, you can always use some Eileen's tacky and tack them down. This one is too big, so we don't want to use that one right now. That's way too big for what I'm wanting. Okay, let me look at this other sheet of butterflies, I think. Actually, this little one right here might work out really good. Yeah, it does. Okay, I like that one there. That came from this sheet. All right, let's look at the butterflies over here and see if there's any ones that we want to use. I want to do a butterfly right there. So let me just see. This one. Okay, let's try this one. There we go. That's the one I think it looked perfect, and it fit just perfect there. Okay. And let's also see what else. And then I feel like there needs to be another butterfly, like right at the top of here. Not covering faces. There we go. Okay, love it. And I think that is it. I feel like that's everything that I wanted to put on there. Let me just make sure there's nothing else. And then let's hit some of these areas really quick with some glue. Just a second, my glue fell on the ground. Okay. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Yeah, this is looking good. And I will give you guys close-ups here shortly. Okay. Okay. All right, this whole thing is, oh, you know what, I wonder if this whole sticker needs, oh, that's sticking at the top. Okay, let's just do what needs to be glued down. Okay. Okay. And I won't spend too much time, whatever needs to be glued down with this Eileen's tacky. I won't spend too much time doing that. I can do that off camera. But this one just really didn't want to stick. Sometimes they stick just perfectly and sometimes they don't. It could be all the different, you know, I have so much layers on here. It could be the layers aren't, it's not wanting to stick to the layers. It could be something's not completely dry, or maybe the stickiness on that decal isn't that great. Who knows? Okay, so everything else is sticking pretty well. Anything's not sticking, I'll glue down later. But I'm loving how this all looks. Love. Okay. All right. Did my camera just switch? Okay, hopefully my camera didn't just switch to some funky angle. Or I will be so mad. Okay. There we go. I think. I'm trying to get so you guys can see everything really well. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we're almost done. We want to I want to do some, you can use some stabilizing or some shading. So we can go around all these different little things. We can go around the edges. To go around the edges, I like to use a water-soluble crayon. So this is Jane Davenport's water-soluble crayon. You can use anything you want. So I'm going to use that today. You can use a watercolor pencil. You can use a Stabilo. So I like to use like a watercolor pencil or a Stabilo to go around like the little edges of the different focal points. And to go around the main edges, I like to use a water-soluble crayon. So that's what I like to do. So I'm just going to go around this quote. I'm going to start doing some shading. With my Stabilo. Let's do some shading around this hat. And do I care about it being perfect? Not at all. In fact, I think the more imperfect it is, the better. Okay, let's put some shading around this butterfly. Okay, let's do some shading around this little focal point here. Okay, so I just wet my finger a little bit and just hit all of this Stabiloing. Like I said, if you don't have a Stabilo, you can use a watercolor pencil. You can still use this. You can still use your water-soluble crayon. You can use a gelato, a black gelato. You can use an oil pastel. If you use an oil pastel, you don't have to wet your finger to go over everything. You just rub hard because it's oil. It's not water-soluble. If you use a oil pastel. Okay. Let me look at my time situation so I see how much more time I have to do this. Okay, we're good. We'll be able to finish this whole thing on camera. Yeah, let me just throw a little bit of Stabiloing on this. I think this needs it. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. I normally don't do that on a quote like that, on a piece, but it seems like it needs to be grunged up a little bit, and I like how it looks more grungy better. Okay, we're good with that. Okay, so that looks good. So now what I want to do is I'm going to put my Stabilo down. And C Rose, she's the one, she sent me the Stabilos because all I had was watercolor pencils, and I had water soluble crayons, and I have the oil pastel, but I never had a Stabilo, and I kept meaning to go to Blick's and get myself a Stabilo, and I had never done it. So she's so sweet, she sent me a Stabilo. So thank you, Rose, from C Rose is her channel. Thank you so much. Okay, so now let's take and use our water soluble crayon and go all the way around the border. And we're gonna go around the border of both. Well, we'll just go around the border of this page. I still got to really do this page with the Stabilo and my water soluble crayon, but for the sake of time, we'll just do this page. I can always finish that up off camera on the other page. Okay, so I just go around the whole, all the edges. And this is just so we have a nice smoky border. You can also do this if you don't have a water-soluble crayon. You can also use a Stabilo or a water-soluble pencil. You can use your oil pastel. And oil pastel looks like this. Just your oil pastel is very easy. So any of these things I'm using can be exchanged out for each other, whether you're going around a focal point or whether you're doing the edges. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to give you a lot of different choices. And also for these edges, let's suppose you didn't have any of this. You could use a little bit of acrylic black paint. You could use a just a black marker, you know, and go around the edges like that. So there's always more than one way to skin a cat, that's for sure. Okay, so let me give you guys a close-up on everything. What I want to do is give you guys a close-up on everything. So let me bring it in, and then I'll move the book around so you guys can see. Doesn't that look cool? Love it. Let me move my tea out of the way. And there's the bottom. So you can see the bottom. Okay, so let's go to the other side. There's the bottom. Okay. And then here's this, the top, and then there's that. So I think this double page spread turned out so cool. I love how whimsical it looks. It looks very fantasy. It looks very rustic and aged and vintage. Exactly how I want it to come out. So on this page, the only thing I have to do on this page is I need to go around and I need to put my smoky little border around. In fact, I'll just do that while we have time. I'll just do that really quick. I need to go around and put my smoky border around, which I'll do right now in front of you guys with my water-soluble crayon, which is Jane Davenport's water-soluble crayons. I absolutely love them. Okay. And then I still need to go around all my focal points on this page. And so we'll do that off camera, just for the sake of time. And you guys don't need to watch me go, you know, keep putting all my shading in on this page. Okay, that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little series. Definitely always be looking out for just really cool things from magazines that you can use as focal points. Collect the Dollar Tree decals, especially the butterflies. But like, look, I got these hats from there and these stars, and there's all these things like that that you can add to your, you can either add them to your backgrounds or you can add them as focal points, either way. And I just hope you guys were inspired and learned about some new products and some new techniques. And that is it for this one. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so and give this video a thumbs up. That'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. Also, come join our group. It's called Our Magical Little Place on Facebook. And share. Whether you do mixed media, whether you knit, sew, whatever you do, junk journaling, art journaling, lace work, whatever you do, come share it. It's a place that you can come and share whatever your art is that you're making or you're crafting. Also, if you're selling anything, I welcome you to go ahead and advertise there for, not advertise, but share whatever you're making to sell. If you have an Etsy shop, you can share that. If you want to share a video, you can share a link to your video on YouTube so that people can go to your YouTube page and check out your video. You can share that you have a YouTube channel. You can share that you have an Etsy shop. So do you see what I'm saying? It's a place for everything. So, okay, you guys, that is it. I will talk to you guys in the next one.